be forewarned is to be forearmed. That's what the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency wants Nigerians to understand when the annual flood outlook predicted flash flood in Lagos, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Sokoto, Kaduna, Maiduguri and Yola. The Nigeria Meteorological Agency followed up that prediction with a warning that states like Akwa Ibom, Bauchi, Benue, Borno, Cross River, Delta, Kaduna, Kwara, Nasarawa, Yobe and Zamfara will experience flooding and called for proactive steps to avert any possible disaster as was experienced in 2012, an experience that many would not forget in a hurry. Submerged in flood water, human beings, cars, houses and infrastructure. Torrential rains and flood blamed on collapse of the Lagdo Dam and rise in water level displaced more than 2 million people and killed nearly 400 across the country in early July 2012.
Spoiling our things, like building and our foods. You see, all the yams that we pack, all these things has rust because of the water and the cold.
Water will carry also. It's our rice now, not spoiling. Both cassava, everything.
Right now, as we are here, we are using boats to move from one place to another. The position we are now is that we need the help of the government.
Any barrier that they have in our place, there is no road to people to use to come there and do some things there. Mosquito is killing us this place. We are dying.
We don't know why. In fact, they say that they are to repair this road. They want to make this road for us. But now we are in grave. We are in fire. Please, we need government to come and help us.
Thirty of Nigeria's 36 states were affected by the floods. The floods, termed as a national disaster, was described as the worst in 40 years. First, it was the flood which ravaged Lokoja and parts of Kogi State that made the headlines. Then came more reports of other incidents of flooding across the country. Areas hitherto never imagined would be flooded started recording same in its most destructive forms. 4 years after, the same prediction have emerged.
The river flooding are expected, according to our AFU for this year, in the following river basins. Usually, the basins are expected to experience a large capturing of this water. And to that extent, areas around there should be well managed. The Niger, the Benue, the Sokoto Rima, Anambra Imo, Cross River, Niger Delta area, the Komadugu Yobe, up there in the northeast, Ogunshu, southwest, and several other sub-basins of the country would be affected, as it's to be expected. Now, predicted probable flood areas, that's the high-risk areas, in 2016 is expected to be higher than that of 2015, as we said earlier. And coastal flooding should be expected in Bayelsa, Rivers, Delta, Ondo, and Lagos State. when the sea rise? What are we to expect? And so that is why so much will be done by our people. So flash and urban flooding are expected also to occur in some urban locations.
Swaths of the country have already been submerged with flooding, prompting evacuations and dozens of urgent warnings. The National Emergency Management Agency advised communities around the River Niger to immediately relocate to safe zones owing to a likelihood of flooding in the area.
I plead with you to key into the initiative at mitigating and responding to the imminent flood as has been forecasted.
It's an alarming situation, Mr. Sani announces. The level of water in all the hydrological monitoring stations across the country had already exceeded the corresponding values at the time, requiring prompt and coordinated action of all state governments and major players. He identified states along the River Niger Belt as being the most vulnerable: the Benue River Belt, confluent states, and the Atlantic coast.
From the alert received from these two sister agencies, it seems we're about to witness another seasons of flood disasters. We have worked with you in time past. We must therefore ensure that we mitigate the effect of the flood so that it does not result in another humanitarian crisis. We recall what happened in 2012, where more than 7 million people were affected by the flood of 2012. And now that we have adequate warning alerts from these very important agencies of government, I think the time to act is now. As an agency, we have already brought to the attention of those who should be able to take decision. We have taken the message to the doorstep of those who should take decision. We have taken these messages to the state governors, and now as experts, we will have to sit down and really digest the disaster management implication of these alerts that have been received by the agency, which has been well disseminated by the two sister agencies. Therefore, early warning should be matched with early action. And what we are doing today is to really match this early warning to early action.
The cost benefit of an early warning system is clear. So is giving a prediction and making an announcement. But the ability for Nigerians to take proactive steps to prevent a humanitarian crisis has been the challenge.
The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency came out with these warning that we expect to have floods in at least 34 states in the country, and that these, of course, came about as a result of the models that we applied. And to further confirm this, we got these warning from upstream office, the NIAMI office, which we work very closely with, and that the water there has been rising. As a matter of fact, that confirms what we are experiencing in our stations at the moment. At Jidere Bode, which is the first station to enter Nigeria, the level there is higher than what obtained in 2012 at this same period. And also at Lokoja, the level there has also increased beyond what obtained in 2012. Similarly for Wurubuki, entrance into Nigeria from the Cameroons. So that was why we decided to release this information to NEMA so that we can together see how to attack this situation.